What up, guys? What up? Hey, King Dingaling, Mike Moss. What's going on, my guys? Toy Mafia. Thank you for joining. This is a quiet Saturday night, isn't it? No one's streaming. No one's streaming. So, hey, I guess that's good, right? Um, but yeah. How's your evening, guys? But before I begin, man, I just want to thank Derek Fagan. He's a part of the stream here. Every once in a while, he drops by. For the most part, he draws. He sent me this, so just in time for Justice League. So I think this is Toys era. I think I mentioned in one of the live stream that I never had a spear. So he did send me the spear. So thank you, Derek. I appreciate that, and also for Mila for sending me the extra head sculpt for the Cyclops. I bought that Cyclops a while back. It's a third party figure. She almost I bought it dirt cheap from her. She almost gave it away to me. It was incomplete, but I think she found it and she just sent it to me. So very nice of her. Very nice. Miles is an angel. So, A's, look at this guy. How sexy it is. That sexy Dean right there. What's up, Lane? King Dingling, a lot of good NCAA basketball going on this weekend. Maybe that's why. I'm not into like March Madness and all that stuff. So, J Rod, what's up, man? Man, Dallas Cowboys. Woo! Guys don't have to worry about Andy Dalton now. He's in the Bears. What a weekend. Not even a weekend. What a week to be a Bears fan, man. We went from um Russell Wilson to Andy Dalton. I have no idea how that happened. And not only that, we lost Kyle Fuller, an all pro. Man. Oh, Lenses, I didn't even know that. Oh, my bad. I didn't know. Me and KG should just stream together. I Am Legend. What's going on, man? I'm assuming y'all watched a Justice League, which we're gonna. Hey, man, I'm prepared for that. I got the shirt on. I got the black soups. What do y'all think about that? The BVS. I mean, not BVS. Justice League. Man, I think it's nice. I think it's nice. So, oh, I almost forgot. King Dingaling is from Chicago. So, you share my pain, King Dingaling. You share my pain. Man, Andy Dalton, the Red Rocket. I don't even know what happened. I don't really know what happened. How we ended up from Russell Wilson to Andy Dalton. I would have settled just to not get any quarterback. Honestly, we already have Nick Foles. Why get Andy Dalton? I don't understand. What's up, comics? Lane, no, I don't have HBO Max. Lane, it's worth it if you do it this month. I think you can. That's what I'm doing as well. I just did 1 month. I would cancel right after King Kong. The King Kong or just Kong versus Godzilla. I might extend it up to Mortal Kombat, but after that, I'm leaving. So, oh man, J Rod, my condolences. Lane, did you get the astonishing Cyclops once? That looks good, Lane. Although I don't think I would. I hope JB gets it. JB's into like the X-Men lineup, which I'm glad that she is. Snyder cut is legit. According to I Am Legend, let the haters hate, but we still gotta come together and fight for JL2 and 3. I agree, I Am Legend. Dustin, what's up, Justin? So he saw Snyder cut, thought it was badass. I'm dropping Disney Plus. It went up in price. I'm getting Max at the end of the month. Lane, you know what? That's one of the reasons why I haven't seen WandaVision. I don't have Disney Plus. After Mandalorian, I dropped it. I'll probably re-up mine right after what's his name? Civil War, not Civil War. Falcon and Winter Soldier's done. Honestly, besides the Mandalorian before, I don't really see any point. I don't watch anything at Disney Plus. So I figured I don't really need to. I don't have the urgency to watch all these shows. I'll just watch it all at once. Probably my mid-May, I'm going to be on vacation, so I'm just going to binge watch all of them. So, Comic says just saw Snyder cut for free on those sketchy websites. You know what, comics? I was about to say you gotta see it in 4K, but the aspect ratio is 4:3, which is kind of it's an IMAX format. So I guess it's all the same, even it's on the sketchy website. Toy Mafia says I got one. Daniel Lee on Facebook. I love it when they're on Facebook, man. I'm switching for Kong versus Godzilla. There you go. And honestly, Lane, after Kong, and maybe I'll extend it to like I said, Mortal Kombat, because that Mortal Kombat looks really good. I might just cut it off too. I mean, all this subscription based, I love sports and they don't have that, but I can only watch the movie so many times. I do hope that they get Justice League in 4K in 4K format. So who is this guy? I mean, where's Mario and Danny when you need him? We gotta ban this guy. He's saying this to Star Ace to marry him. Uh you could have watched Will's Raya movie. Yeah, I forgot that Raya movie by Will. By the way, guys, the reason I'm streaming today is I can't join these bozos tomorrow, Will and Paradox, because I have some things to attend to. But still watch them, even though the show's gonna suck because I'm not in there. But no, but seriously, watch those guys tomorrow. It'll be fun. I'll try to make it there. I'll try to. I have like a party to go to. I don't know why, but King Dingling, don't I gotta pay for that Ryan movie. I don't even want to watch it for free. Much more so pay for it. So Equan, just finished Snyder Cut. So you're not late. You're just in time. Watching the SES we speak for the fourth time. My goodness. Woo, Mike. I mean, it's nice. I don't know, four times. Brian watched it four times too. J-Raw with Nightmare Batman getting reissued and being a Toy Fair exclusive, everything is a fair game now. It is, man. I won't be surprised if they reissue 300 Leonidas. I don't think they could because Star Ace has him now. Lane says, so I was hoping tonight you might compare a recent comic release Hot Toys announcement with the Knightmare soups and the bats in the. Hey, man, we can do that. I mean, just you like of them, and hey, let's do that, Lane. It's Mr. it's Mr. Elsa. Thanks, Danny. You got it. Safeful, you think Hot Toys will do separate releases for Black Suit Superman? Ooh, I think so, Safeful. You know, like Hot Toys pulls this off. They're gonna do the 2-pack, right? People are gonna, pre-order that. They're probably gonna wait a month or two and then announce that they're gonna do single pack. Wait till you pre-order and do your NRD, and they do these things, man. Look at Thanos. When they announced Thanos before, like the battle, the non-battle damage, we already pre-ordered. So now we can't, unless you want to lose your NRD. That's their trick, man. Mitz sold my Nightmare Batman a few years back, a pretty penny. Happy to be able to get it back along with a black suit Superman. Before watching Snyder Cut, I was just like, I don't need a black suit Superman. It's basically the same but repainted. It's back in the day, it's kind of like the same as Iron Man, when they repaint it. But after watching the Snyder Cut, I do need that black suit Superman, though. So I do need that. The collector in the house here. Will, did you ever get in the reward code group? Man, he got exiled. By the way, Will got exiled on the reward code group. So I got screwed on that endgame Thanos. Me too, the collector. Man, I wasn't even expecting that. I wanted the battle damage one, but I already put my pre-order. I don't want to lose my NRD really, so it's just like, all right, whatever, man. I'll just get the normal one. It's fine. Would I have preferred the battle damage one? I do, yeah, but I don't want to lose, like I said, NRD and the code that I used, so. Oh, comics, did you rack up reward points? It's decent comics. I had maybe $20 worth. It's enough. I don't buy much from Sideshow anymore, so it's fine. Oh, Paradox Nerds here. J-Rod thinking about selling JL Soup with all the hype right now to fund that 2-pack. Hey, might not be a bad idea, J-Rod. Although I do like that Superman though. The vibrant colors, I do like it. I do like it. Oh, look at that, Zach. I miss you too, Zach. Thinking about that might not be a bad idea, man. Just selling that 2 pack Superman. I mean that Superman. That crossed my mind. I'm not gonna lie to you, J Rod. That even crossed my mind to sell my Justice League, but I don't think they're going for a lot of money though. It has to be like I need to make money before if I'm gonna sell those guys. Dustin, man, appreciate you guys. I'm seeing a lot of new commenters out here wanting to get into collecting Hot Toys. Is it worth chasing after older releases or wait till? Dustin, we talked about it so many times. Don't even chase those guys. I mean, somebody just mentioned earlier is that J-Rod, man, that Knightmare Bats was a exclusive, and now it's going to be re-released. Never ever chase an older Hot Toys, Dustin, unless it is closer to retail price. If you are going to overpay, don't even put your money somewhere else. You would be disappointed in me today. I was going to pre-order Hot Toys from Comic Shop between 281 Harley and Wonder Woman 84 300. Rooted here, Fear versus not as good as Face Skull, but put 35 down on my 501st Jelly Spine. Hey, Lane, whatever makes you happy, man. The collector, you have to have at least one iconic Superman. I agree. I sold my BVS Superman. I wasn't even that sad about it, but I do like. There's only few Supermans. If you think about it, we got Reeves. That's a must-have. There's an evil Superman Reeves. You could pass on that, but that base is really good. And then you got Man of Steel. I think that Moss is a must-have as well. It's not that expensive. The BVS to JL is a toss-up. I kind of wish I would have kept my BVS Superman because that's the exclusive one with the kryptonite. There's not a whole lot of Supermans. Well, all I'm trying to say, I mean, there's a gazillion Boba, there's a gazillion, Iron Man. If you're talking about Cavill Superman, 3, 4, if you include the dark suit, so it's not absurd to own every single one of them. If that's what I'm trying to say. J-Rod, I seen Jail Flash for 450. Man, 450. My goodness. Ooh, I Am Legend. I bought that Knightmare Batman for 550 2 weeks ago. Oh my goodness. That would sting, I Am Legend. I'm sorry to hear that, man. Sorry to hear that. Equan, I had to list my Knightmare Batman the day reissue got announced. Man, I have enough to buy the 2-pack and extra cash. Good for you. It's all about timing. You don't sell while you always sell before they make the announcement. Hopefully the guy who the Nightmare Bats from Equan doesn't watch this stream, but like Will is having a hard time selling his cap now, even though it's like 250. It's really good price. So for anyone who's looking for a Civil War cap, Will Foxification is selling his for 250, and that's a good figure. But he's having a hard time moving it because of the end game cap, so. And 250 is not a bad price because you're not going to pay for taxes, and I think that's shipped. I don't know. I forgot about, message Will. The collector Star Wars week is the next reward code drop. When's Star Wars week? Lane, I want a Superman DC Hot Toys, but I really want Christopher Reeve Superman. He's the comic iconic one to me. I like the Cavill, but the old school Reeve, I want reissue. I agree, Lane. You know what? That figure, the Reeves one, is almost perfect, but it has everything that you want, like a diorama base with a fortress. The outfit is fabric, so there's no restriction articulation wise. The eyes is a bit of a suspect, but then again, it's a 10-year-old figure, so that is expected. So, that's could they reissue it? I hope they do. I hope they do. Oh, you call okay, May the 4th. All right. On that note, just sold my DX11, waiting eagerly for a DX20 Joker. Otherwise, I get you. I get you, man. I was tempted to sell my DX11 as well. I was just scared that the DX20 wouldn't be Joker. Then I would be really sad. Comes to use my rewards code to get 136 off IG11. Hey, man. And not a bad way to do that. Isn't the end game cap delayed until. Don't say that, King Dingaling. Danny says he would love to get that Reeve soup set one day. Danny, I thought you were like focusing on Star Wars now. Dustin, if there were other sport-based 1/6 figure that were made, what would you want to see? Personally, I'd love to see some UFC fighters made. Dustin, I am a huge fan of UFC, but that'll be hard, man. That would be how do I say this? It has to be Fights and Body because they don't have any shirt. Now they could get away with kind of like Storm Collectibles, where just there's a gap here, I suppose, but I'm not a big fan of that. Those Storm Collectibles as well. I just don't have any option. I love Mike Tyson. Sport-based, I would say football. I mean, the head sculpt doesn't need to be perfect because they're wearing a helmet, and the jerseys and the pads and all that stuff. I think that would be good. Like all the accessories that you're going to have is either a Lombardi Trophy or the MVP one. Some base that if you connect the base, maybe you'll get a field. Something like that. That's what I wish they would do. I would love to see some UFC too, but it has to be seamless at least. You just had to poke there, didn't you? As Hot Toys has been quiet in terms of production releases. Who lives in a cardboard box due to a Rancor? Man, that Rancor is huge, man. Guys, if you haven't seen it, check out his comparison. That Rancor from Sideshow is huge, and I believe it's waitlisted as well. That is scary, man. It's already waitlisted. Oh, Danny says, I still like to get occasional non-Star Wars figures. Paulo, salute me, bro. What's going on, Paulo? Did you see Rancor? Oh yeah, we were just talking about it. It's on waitlist now. Living in a cardboard box with my cell phone using Starbucks Wi-Fi. Jesus, this guy's crazy, man. Don't ever do what he's doing. This guy's nuts. But Paulo speaks Spanish. I wouldn't usually buy anything of that price, but wow, with that Rancor is beautiful and tempting. Comics, are you talking about the Regal Robot one or is the Sideshow one? Ooh, because if you're talking about a Regal Robot one, ooh. Dustin, maybe if they did a 5/1/6 body for the fighters, so it looks more natural. I agree. They could do that. It's a catch-22, man. Like the Fights and Body, I'm not a big fan of as well because they don't last too long, unless you don't want to post it, But if you start posting them, you always run the risk. So it's up to you, really. All right, so let's look at some stuff here. Is there? I don't know if there's. Oh man. Why does this thing go big? Okay, never mind. Any like Breaking Bad fans around here, man? Hey, Danny. Wrestling is in my DNA, man. Macho Man Randy Savage. Okay, hold on. Yeah, it's too small, but I forgot. How do you pronounce his last name? Mike Ehrmantraut? But Mike, I just know him as Mike from Breaking Bad / what's that show? Saul. Better Call Saul. It's a third party from Present Toys. I received recently the Present Toys Mob Boss, also known as Vito Corleone. It's not bad, guys. It's not bad. I mean, the outfit is kind of bad, but the head sculpt isn't terrible. So I might pick this up. I might. Unless 3-0 picks them up. Like I know 3-0 has the license for Breaking Bad. I hope they do. But this is interesting. I like anything Breaking Bad. So, I mean, depending on the price, I haven't checked out 1/6 corner yet. But I will. I don't know what it comes with. I just saw this recently. Oh, there you go. Is that a bucket? Okay, so it looks like he has two guns and a stand. This should be at around 115, 120. I don't know how much they're going to charge for this, but all right. We got Daft Toys, Alfred. So for those who missed out on the Alfred, I think the only way you can get Alfred really is through the like the 3-pack. I think that's the only way to get them nowadays. And another, is it Present Toys? My God, Present Toys is just pumping out figures left and right. This is, I think, the young Vito from Godfather 2. Again, I don't think, is it, I think that's Damn Toys. I don't think Damn Toys is going to do this as well. I think they're going to stick with the old Vito. So if you are trying to complete your Godfather lineup, this might not be too bad. Not too bad at all. Jared's Mike was my favorite character from Breaking Bad. Yeah, man. That Mike guy. Oh. Yeah. Mike is awesome, man. Even on the Better Call Saul. Love that guy. I Am Legend is a huge Breaking Bad fan. It's too bad, man. I don't think we're gonna get any more Breaking Bad from 3-0. I don't think but they're pretty new, not new, but they're kind of new when they released Saul Goodman 2. I slept on that figure. That was like 175, so that was my bad that I missed out on that. Not only Saul, they got all the characters. Oh, at least the two main characters, at least. He's a optical blows late at night and PJ bright and early in the morning. He's in Eastern time, so I don't know, man. I just when I upload something and then you put schedule, the default is 12 a.m. I don't even like change that. I just put 12 a.m. whatever. Lane says Paradox Nerdy. I know you mean you work. Man, Paradox is working hard because of to pay off that Rancor, man. Don't ever do that. Dennis is looking forward to Doc Holiday Present Toys. Man, Present Toys is killing it. They are killing it. I know they're using like recast head sculpts and all that stuff, but I don't mind. I don't mind at all. Lane's asking, has anyone here gotten the third-party Dark Furion figure from Riddick, from the Riddick movie? I heard pretty good things about that, Lane. So hope they come out with the other Tombstone characters. Snyder Cut exceeds expectations. I agree, Paolo. I do agree. Comics, do you game? Speaking of that, comics, I just actually, by game, you mean like game. I just recently picked this up. I lucked out on GameStop finally after over like 6 months of waiting. I jumped on the what do you call this? The package. It's like 200 more because I think the regular PlayStation is 500, so I paid like what, 575 on this. No, not 575, around 720, but it includes like 2 games and a controller and a gift card, which it is what it is, man. Otherwise, I'll wait for the next batch, and who knows when that's going to happen. So, has anyone ever done any musician-based 1/6 scale figures? Yeah, Dustin. Jimi Hendrix, Blitzway. They just recently released that. Okay, Lane says, apparently KG Stream is not going on tonight. He's at a family event. That sucks. Are you getting to end up getting Hellboy? It's already limited to 1 on Sideshow. Oh, man. Jared, I already pre-ordered that on Big Bad Toy Store, though. I'm for sure going to get that. Not even a question. Optical, you're getting Johnny Rico from figure from BBTS. Ooh, I haven't even seen that, man. I haven't seen that. Mean Daddy is your fan. He's my cousin. Mean Dandy. Oh, what's going on, Mean Dandy? Anyone seen the Mars 89 Joker recast? The photos looks like a complete copy of a DX figure. Yeah, you know what? From what Jenny explained to me back then, it is a kit that you have to put together, Equan. I don't know if they're gonna push for it though. I'm not sure. Um, we'll see because it's supposed to be there, but oh man, Lane's just rubbing it in since launch day. Dirts, welcome to the PS5 family. You must be relieved. Dirts, you know what? I'm not gonna lie. It is. I wasn't stressing it out, but I really want one. I really do want one. My kids kind of took over PS4 already. What the bummer is, I didn't know that you can't use PS4 controller for PS5 games because I do have the what do you call this? I'm pretty competitive when it comes to like Call of Duty, so I have these scuff controllers, and I was trying to use it on a Cold War, but it wouldn't work. It wouldn't work. So I'm not used to not having paddles in the back anymore. You know, like when you're jumping and switching guns and all that stuff. It sucks, but apparently I'm supposed to. I mean, guys, if you know how to use, I'm supposed to use the PS4 version so I could use my controller. I don't even know how to do that. They said like look in the three dots. I did. It's not there. Maybe I'm just really new to this. So if you know how to switch the PS4 version, let me know. But yeah, it is exciting. Appreciate that, Lane. Thank you for the super chat, man. Like you got the PS5 on that was my fault though. I didn't pre-order it initially when it came out. I thought it was gonna be easy to pick up. Dumb mistake. One thing I wouldn't do probably though is get an Xbox this generation. I did get an Xbox last generation. I barely played it. Barely played it. So I don't know if I'm gonna do that anymore. J-Rod, Jen is so awesome. I had an issue with my glider from my Green Goblin, and they took care of me within an hour. They're awesome, man. They are awesome. That's where I go to for third party. Although, I don't get much third party anymore. I'm thinking about this. I did order their Michael Corleone because I don't think they're gonna make that. I don't think Blitzway or Damn Toys is gonna go into that route. But if they do, I mean, whatever, man. I'll just buy another one. But yeah, this Mob Boss looks legit. I like this. Staff Toys again. Yeah, again, if you missed out on this, he's not that exciting. I'm not gonna lie to you. I do have this, like the Hot Toys version of this. If you're just looking for one for like an Alfred, this might do the trick. One of Hot Toys' best head sculpts, in my opinion. But if you're just looking for, something to put next to Bruce Wayne, go for this one. It's probably gonna come in cheap, like $100 or something like that. Hold on, let's do this. I don't know, it stopped again. Ooh, this one's pretty good. Okay. For my Breaking Bad fans out there, I love this guy. Gus Fring. Ooh, finally. I mean, it's not that good though, the head sculpt wise, but hey, so is Hot Toys, man. Their Moff Gideon is not the best either. So I guess it's really hard to capture his likeness. I don't think Present Toys even attempted to capture his likeness. This is probably a recast from like a custom figure somewhere. But you're gonna get the bucket of chicken, which is amazing. A box cutter. Their hands are horrible, so don't even use that. There's a nice base in here and 2 head sculpts. I would get this. I would definitely get this. Anything with Giancarlo Esposito, great actor. Definitely get this. Comics and the Dark Saber. Maybe he comes with a Dark Saber, like this one right here. Use Moff Gideon sculpt in this. You know what? I'm not even that impressed with that head sculpt comic. So I don't know. So what is your next expected Hot Toys you think you will be getting? Ooh, I'm trying to limit it, Lane. Honestly, I sold like 4. I don't know if you guys saw my posting. I'm trying to trim out Hot Toys that I do have or collection that I do have. And it's funny, I sold like 4 or 5. I normally don't sell online. It is stressful to sell something online. I gotta tell you guys. The first time I sold online, and if it's not tracking, you get anxious. I don't know if I'm gonna continue doing that, but I have so many figures. I sold 4 or 5. It felt like it didn't even do a dent on it. So, oh, Lane got this too. Sai just sent an email items under 13.99 and under. I know, man. Can't even like at least 1,300 because of the tax and shipping. I know they want our 1,400. They want the Biden bucks, but come on. Ooh, I am Legend. I wish I can try the real Los Pollos Hermanos. Maybe that bucket will do. Dude, I'm telling you, man, any Breaking Bad, I'm all for. Not okay. Oh, there you go. It'll do. You know, it's somewhat there. I mean, if you were only paying like 130, 150, 150 is kind of high though. I wish this was like 130 shipped. Hands are you can throw them away. Gustavo Fring. They're not even like changing the name anymore. Just Present Toys just doesn't give doesn't give anything right now. They're just the head sculpt looks legit here. I like it. See that? I see that two-face thing going on there. It's beautiful. Oh man, I love Gus Fring, man. Love Gus Fring. We need a tortoise with a Don Trejo as a. That would be awesome. That would be awesome. Oh, Lane, do you have any WWE merchandise like belt statues or anything? No, Lane. When I was younger, I used to collect those wrestling action figures. And then in the Stone Cold era, I used to buy their t-shirts. I wish I have those like real replica belts though. I know Thor has one. He like put it on his shoulder on one of Mario's stream. I think he put it on his shoulder for like an hour straight, but it looks good though. I don't know where to put it, but it looks good. Danny says Present Toys swings for the fences. They want to live dangerously, Danny. They're living on the edge. My most recently statue was PCS Street Fighter Cammy statue, which I'm mostly I has quite a butt. Equan Lane, I understand Chaisha's email. Is that a joke? I don't understand. Oh no, Equan, they're trying to get our 1,400 Biden bucks. So they put in 13.99 and below. So we won't even touch those Biden bucks. But should be like 1,300 for the shipping and the tax. Yeah, I love this spear. Yeah, from Derek. Oh, Paula says, what I like most and undoubtedly loved was seeing my favorite superhero go back in time in the Snyder Cut. Like, if you know who I mean. Yeah, man. That Snyder Cut was awesome. That is an awesome movie. We'll get to that, man. But, you know. Oh, by the way, here you go. There's another one right here. I don't know how you guys feel about this. Juice Girl, first and foremost. I don't know what's up with Juice Girl right here. But for those who missed out on Hella, apparently you have a second chance. So you get this. I'm pretty sure this is Hot Toys. This is what we're seeing right now. I'm pretty certain this is Hot Toys. The question is, how good are the ones that we're going to get? This is pretty expensive. I think this comes at around 175 or 185. If you think about it, I mean, I know Hella's really expensive on the aftermarket, but I think Hella came out around 235, 240 when it originally came out. And I don't know if there was taxes and shipping, or maybe the shipping was kind of low, or taxes was not even a thing when Hella came out. You can jog my memory back in there, but I don't know. For those who missed out on Hella, are you guys even considering this at all? I would love to have an Hella. I missed out on her because I just didn't think. I was thinking this is gonna be like one of those spooktacular back then, you know, where you're gonna get it for really cheap. Obviously, I was wrong, but I don't know. Third party is getting more dangerous now, man. They used to do figures that are complementary to Hot Toys, like Green Goblin, you know, the tank. Now there's just straight up reissuing this. I know we got this. There's another one. I forgot the name of the other figure, but just straight up copy of Hot Toys. So, whew, that is a dangerous game that they're playing right there. Oh, James, what's going on, James? Oh yeah, man, it was sick. J-Rod Juice Girl. You call it Juice Girl. I guess they couldn't come up with a better name. I know, man. I don't even. I mean, I guess this is the company name Juice Girl, and this is the goddess of death. So that's not that bad. Lanky, what's going on, my man? Haven't seen you in a while. James, Lane Kramer. Comics, I thought this was Hot Toys when I first saw it. You know what, Comics? I'm pretty sure this is Hot Toys, the one we're looking at right now. The question is how good of a copy they're gonna do with the actual figure. Dustin, yep, I was hoping for that, Dustin, too. You know what? I know they there's another Batman coming out with forgot his name, but I love Ben Affleck as Batman, man. I do love him. Oh, I Am Legend. I bought Hella for 452 weeks ago too. Part of my Batman Grail hunt. I highly doubt this will be just as good. I'm pretty sure I Am Legend. I'm pretty sure it's not gonna be up to the standards of Hella. But man, I Am Legend. You gotta stop hunting for this expensive figures, my man. Man, I don't need no fake Hella. Sorry, not that one, folks. The Unstoppable Tank by Toys R Us. I'm out. I'm so glad I grabbed one. That looks like a good figure. It's really tempting. I think that's better than the first tank. They even used the same thumbnail. Did you get the Snyder Cut BBS? I didn't. Oh, you mean the bat? Yeah, I did, Lanky. I did. I'm kind of taking wait and see approach for what Hot Toys I want to pre-order, like the Gideon Scarlet Witch, but I want to see if same here, Lane. I didn't pre-order that the best Carmando from season 1, hoping for the season 2 would be a lot better. By a lot better, I mean just a head sculpt. That's all I wanted. Mando Luke get announced soon. I Am Legend is going to get DX11 next. Man, I Am Legend. You gotta pump the brakes, man. You gotta pump the brakes. All right, I think this is the only picture that I got from this Juice Girl, Goddess of Death. It's pointless anyway. I'm pretty sure this is Hot Toys. The one that we're looking at, I'm pretty sure that's Hot Toys. Ooh, speaking of not Hot Toys, I don't collect statues, but this is tempting. This is tempting, man. I don't know how many of you guys were wrestling fans or are still wrestling fans. I don't follow it anymore, but I know The Rock. They announced The Rock for this one, and he got some eyes that's one looking east, one looking west. It was funny. If it comes out like this, I mean, this is what, like $600? I might consider this. Man, I loved Stone Cold when I was younger. Whew. Love this guy. I think that was a golden era. Maybe I'm being biased here because I'm older, but I think the Attitude Era was the best. And then you got maybe the 80s, because on the 80s, it was a different era. I was young. I believe in the Ultimate Warrior, that he came from parts unknown. And then Ruthless Aggression, I would say, is the third one. I think Ruthless Aggression was around 04 to 07, something like that. But let's go back here. Oh yeah, I don't get it too, man. I don't get it at all. James says Stone Cold. I can hear the JR voice from James's comment here. Lane says, of the second airman, I want Obi-Wan or a second Death Trooper specialist. I mean, I want an Obi-Wan too, but Dirt's because Stone Cold said so. Dude, this Stone Cold is tempting, to say the least. I guess you got to get this cross-eyed The Rock, but uh, see, it's here's the thing. Even if I only collect 1/6, but even if this comes out on 1/6, I don't know if I want to get it because Hulk Hogan came out on 1/6 via Storm Collectibles. It was decent. Obviously, has limitation, but they're not too good when it comes to face sculpt. But the price was pretty up there. I think it's what's 274. This we're talking about like 2-3 years ago. So that was pretty high back then. This one looks good if he's not gonna come out as cross-eyed. Imagine if I got this in The Rock. The cross-eyed The Rock is not bad as well. Dustin says this one badass statue. Honestly, some solid 1/6 WWE figures such as Austin, Taker, Sting, Kane would be worth it. Well, the problem with that, Dustin, is you're gonna have to, it's either they're gonna make it. If you want it posable, then you're gonna see joints. If you want it Fison, then you can't post it. So if you put up Fison, I guess in this kind of pose for too long, you're gonna crack them. So it's, I guess, statue. Yep, Danny was like, Attitude Era was the best. You should look at the Undertaker statue. They did one in the old school. I think I saw that, Lane. I think is it PCS too? I think I saw that. Toy Mafia. Hell yeah. Lanky, did you get a PS5 yet? I did, Lanky. Last week. Paradox, man, I got my first statue. I'm telling you, man, I got the premium format Man of Steel. That is the best statue I've ever had. No, it's not. As a matter of fact, it's the Twitter head. Listen, Lewis, I would buy that. Stone Cold coming out with a beer truck and spraying Vince. Dude, those were the days. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I'm guessing we're all kind of like in the same age here because we all remember Stone Cold. But I don't know if it's really good wrestling. I would say it is. Or we're just, reminiscing because that's a different time in our life. I would say it is, though. I would say the storylines were solid. I think this is the time where they're transitioning from characters like the Undertaker. Undertaker didn't change, but back in the 80s, you got a character like a Big Boss Man was a cop. Undertaker was, Undertaker. You got Kamala, but now they're just using their own names like The Rock and, Austin, which is they're transitioning to like a different level of wrestling there. Ooh, Bret Hart. That's good too. And then a swappable head sculpt with the sunglasses on. Lane, I mostly want Obi-Wan. Everyday Collector, what's up? Every day. I'm pretty sure your name's Jonathan, right? Because I saw you in well, correct me if I'm wrong in the chat, but yeah. Ooh, I get an LLD Road Warrior statue if they ever made it. That's not impossible, Danny. I think they're both deceased though. But maybe their estate would agree with that. Oh, yep, Jonathan, there you go. Lane says PCS seems pretty good. I'll have Chun-Li. And they're pretty affordable too, Lane. I mean, they're like, this guy's like $600, which is not bad compared to, the Rancor that PJ got. I suppose not everything's not bad when you compare it to that Rancor. I would want one of those gimmicky design characters for a wrestling statue. No, Lenky. Lenky's asking, are you planning on getting more statues besides Superman? Nope. Not at all. It has to be like something that I really, really like. Kind of like the Stone Cold. I really like this. But even so, I don't know if I'm going to pick this up. I don't know. Probably not. Oh, James says it was a golden age of wrestling. I agree, man. I agree. That Attitude Era was the best. Even not only that, their video games was pretty good too. I remember Raw on PlayStation 1, I think, those were the days where I mean, at least where I'm from, the internet was not that good back then. So you got to go to a bookstore, you got to open those magazines, and in the back you get the cheat codes to unlock certain characters. Man, those were good. I talked to the owner of PCS. He said he needs to do a Glacier and Mortis from mid 90s WCW. Glacier. Wasn't he like a dud? Glacier is kind of like the bootleg Sub-Zero, right? From WCW. My goodness. Mortal Kombat wrestlers. There you go. Bret Hart would be amazing. Ooh, you want Hardy Boys, Edge, Dudley Boys matches. I don't know what WrestleMania that is, where they had the TLC match with Hardys, Dudleys. Probably the second best match that I've ever seen. First one I would say is it WrestleMania 25? Undertaker and Shawn Michaels. The first one. Hands down. Ooh, Dave here is going back, man. Hacksaw Jim Duggan, Bushwhackers. That's like 80s. I love 80s too, man. But I was I was a kid back in the 80s, so I looked at wrestling differently than in the Attitude Era. I don't know, man. It was cool back then in the 90s. Maybe I'm the only one who found it cool, but I don't know. Oh, James asking, have you seen the new Twitter head Superman maquette? It is gorgeous. I did, James. However, I do have the Twitter head first Superman, the one we kind of, it looks similar to me. I know it's different, but I'm not gonna own both. But I do want to thank Mario and Mila for that Superman, by the way. That is awesome. Aren't you gonna get the Queen Studios Ledger Joker? I was, Lane. Maybe I still will. I'm not decided though. I really don't like statues. Not that I don't like statues. I just don't have place to put them into. And I feel like I don't know. I can't use them, for photography. They're too heavy. They're too delicate to move. Unlike a Hot Toys, at least they're just, you pick them up, you can post them around, you can maneuver them, you can move them around, and you don't have that fear. Because even if you do break them, it's not that expensive. Unlike a statue, you got to be careful about it. I don't know. I feel like it's more of a task than anything. So that's why I'm not getting any statues. Ooh, Danny, my goodness. How well has the BBS Batman suit held up? That was my first review of yours I watched. Dustin, I don't really post. If I post something weirdly, that's mostly for pictures, then I put it back. It held up pretty good for me. Yeah. Debating Prime on Batman suit, but it's $1,600. I got $1,400 for one. J-Rod, you gotta have baby, man. You get some kids, you get more. Ooh, Lane. That one of the best wrestling games ever. Yes, and most of all, because I'm not still obsessed thinking about what would happen if Anakin had never been carried by the dark side. James, see that Superman is superb. And also that Twitter head is not bad price-wise. Not bad at all. Glacier proved that you can't have a guy do a karate in the wrestling ring. And WCW has some questionable moves back in the day. Avian says, sir, those guys were awesome. How am I not surprised who Glacier is? James says he got on a pre-order. Danny, Hot Toys break more than statues for me. It could be that because you don't move statues. You put them there and you just leave it there. Like Hot Toys, you pick them up and that's why I kind of don't like statues, honestly. It's just like it just sits there. Well, that's what it's supposed to do. But for me, I gotta do a little bit more for that. Oh, I don't even know, Lanky. I know I collect a lot of G.I. Joes, man. Dave, man, that's my opening salvo, man. We got Andy Dalton. King Ding-a-ling can attest to this. How upset we are in here. So hey, Mike Haas is asking, do we know when Endgame Cap and Spidey are releasing in the States? I think Spidey was supposed to release next month. I don't know if they extended it again, Mike. I don't know. They said Endgame Cap was postponed again. So Paul says, I miss Anakin. If only have not gone to the dark side. Maybe if he didn't, then we wouldn't have Vader. Gerard, are we terrified to sell a statue though? And I feel like it would be a hassle. I think so, Gerard. That's one of those things where, because imagine with Hot Toys, you can kind of like, work with the seller if they're trying to hustle you. Imagine like if it's on a hot sauce, if you said something and they're trying to hustle you. I don't know if you guys had this where they're trying to squeeze an adjustment from you. You send a hot sauce and they say, hey, you know what? There's a damage on the hand, for example. And you can be like, all right, I'm gonna knock off $10. I don't think you can do that with statues. Because at least on hot sauce, if you feel like you're being taken advantage of, you can be like, send me back the statue. I mean, send me back the hot sauce. I'll pay for the shipping. Whatever that might be, $30, 40. Man, on the statue, you're looking at hundreds of dollars of shipping. So you gotta eat that. So I don't know. I'm not a big seller as well, so I don't know how it works. So maybe there's a better way of doing this. I don't know. Ooh, Dustin says WrestleMania was something else. That was The Rock and Austin, right? And the Hardy Boys. I agree. I agree. And he says you should make a video of how the head sculpt versus nowadays sculpt for hot sauce. She shows the quality difference. Oh, it's depending on the figure, Lenky. Because if you get an old head sculpt, let's just say there's some head sculpt that stand the test of time, like the Christopher Reeve Superman. The eye application, paint application on the eye could be better, but I would say I wouldn't be upset if I get that today as well. But their head sculpt, let's say that Tony Stark Mark 7, that wouldn't fly nowadays. So I agree, King Dingling, man. They talked about it. We don't have a knack for quarterbacks, so Lane says sold the statue back in January. Paulo says, I wish Anakin had a son. Debut, and I think Wilson will be traded eventually. I'm sad to see him go. I think so, Dave. I don't think that relationship is going to repair itself. So, yeah, I wish it was the Bears, but I don't understand what we're doing. I really don't. King Dingling can attest to this. I don't know why we signed Andy Dalton. Is it a panic move? Because we already got Foles. The results are going to be the same. So why sign another backup? I don't know. I don't know, man. And then release Kyle Fuller. Ooh, you got the Stone Cold logo there on the bottom. You got a cutoff ring. I like it. I know I really do like this, man. 27.5 in height. So that's a pretty tall figure. I mean, statue. I don't know. Oh, you got the Stone Cold logo in there. Brings back memories, man. And then every time you walk into your basement or you got the shattering glass. Woo. Trade for Watson is having legal issues. The price might be going down. That's true, J-Rod. I mean, I would love to have anyone not named Foles in Andy Dalton. Hey, I would have even settled for Mariota at this point. At least he has an upside. I don't know, man. I don't know what the Bears is going for. Man, Lane, I don't know, man. I'm not too high on that Moff Gideon, man. I'm not only on the figure itself, but the character. After what they did, I don't know. I'm not too high on him. If I were you, I would look into something else before jumping on that. I know you want to use the coupon, but see if there's something else. Ooh, let's jump into this now, man. Oh, just to answer Danny real quick, who do you think is a bigger wrestling icon, Hogan or Stone Cold? I put it this way: Hogan is like, on basketball terms, Hogan is like Dr. J. He opened the door, and Stone Cold is like Michael Jordan. He made it, you can make an argument that Hogan made it popular, and which is true. He made it mainstream as well. But I think Stone Cold just changed the wrestling game altogether. So I would say Stone Cold. Although you might argue that Hogan is a bigger name, and you're not wrong if you think that way. But I would pick Stone Cold any day of the week as well, though. Knightmare, Bats, and Superman. Somebody asked earlier if we're gonna see like a non 2-pack. I think we eventually would. Not now though. I think that once the hype for Snyder Cut dies down, then we're gonna see more. Then we're gonna see that maybe in a month or two, and then we're gonna be like, damn it, I should have just bought one. But Braulio, what's going on, my man? Fad Gadget. The Frank Knight the Frank Knight rises. I love it. You to your channel, how long do you think I have to pre-order Knightmare? I think you have time, Frank. Honestly, I think you have time. Danny says Stone Cold kicked the door. He did. Yep. You know, like there are two different eras as well. Like Hogan was more of the 80s where drink your vitamins and say your prayers kind of thing, where like I said earlier, more about characters, you know, like you are a barber, Brutus the Barber Beefcake, you know, IRS $1 million man. Stone Cold is more of the like I think this is where MTV era reality show. That's why, you know, I like it better if the you know, my cost Ric Flair. You know, Ric Flair is a legend as well. If you ask me, he's the most important thing about, you know, to say Ric Flair, Stone Cold, Hogan, The Rock. I would say Stone Cold. I would say Stone Cold. Fat Gadget, I'm waiting for the single pack Superman. I know, Lanky. I agree with you, man. I agree with you. I don't know why. It's not like it's perfect. I mean, it's not bad, but it's also not like spot on. I wish they would have kind of like redone it, you know. Honestly, it would be cool to see a Nightmare Joker. I agree, Dustin. I might not even buy it, but I would love to see one. Pamerica, what's up, my man? And he says this two together are 515 with less stuff than the Boba Fett 2-pack. True, but you know, it's Batman and Superman, so they will always sell more. They will cost more than Boba. Comics, do you honestly think the Boba 2-pack will sell out before it gets in stock? It's been the number one bestseller since it was announced. It could be. Could if you're asking me, like, if I would say no. No, I don't think it was. Frank says Hulk Hogan was a beast for his time. So Hulk Hogan is a beast forever. You might have a point there, Frank. That's a good way to put it. That's a good way to put it. Okay, Danny, Mount Rushmore. Ooh, that is hard. I would say Hogan, Stone Cold, The Rock. Man, the Undertaker. Undertaker. Undertaker stood the test of time. The Rock is on, you know, like the biggest name out of them all. I would say he's Undertaker. Jeez, what a question. America Attitude Era was the best era. Man, we're all the same age in here. We're no one's gonna do the John Cena thing. You know what? John Cena gets a lot of hate, man, but he's a hard worker. Iguan says the 2-pack doesn't really make sense. This guy didn't share screen time at all. Soups was in red and blue. I guess this is, you know what, I think this is one way of them. It's going to be a hard sell for the black suit Superman, honestly. The Nightmare Batman, I think it's going to fly off the shelves. But it's going to be a hard sell for the black suit Superman because this is not the definitive Superman. So the only way I feel like this is a business move that they could sell a lot of black suit Superman is by putting a 2-pack with a Batman. I would love to get both. Not gonna lie to you guys. I would, even if it's not 2-pack, I think I would still buy both. What they should have done is when it's 2-pack, you get an extra something. I don't know what that something is. An extra, kind of like back then in BVS where you get the sniper rifle and you get the kryptonite. They should have done that. Because if they're going to release a single pack on each, I think Superman is not going to sell as well as Nightmare Batman for obvious reasons. I mean, Nightmare Batman just looks awesome. Regardless if you like the movie or not, this is one of those things where you can kind of like, man, he looks great. I'm going to get him. But as far as the look, man, I got him, sold him back to the person who sold it to me for the same price because he had a change of heart. And I was just like, all right, man, here you go. The base is something that I never really liked, though. I mean, it doesn't make sense for Knightmare. They could have used the sand base from Star Wars, which I'm glad they didn't because I'm sick and tired of that sand base. But I wish they would have went a different route with a base because like you guys said, they never went was in that carrier. So I don't know. All right, let me go back here. Like he says, what makes DC and Marvel so great in your eyes, man? What more can you ask for, man? Like the superheroes of our time. J Rod, Hornswoggle. Can't argue with that group of character. Lane says now it's Hulk Hogan. He was a top draw in public, push wrestling for more years than Stone Cold as a single performer. It's a toss up, Lane. You can't go wrong with either. You can't dismiss Hogan wasn't the most popular on his on his peers, but you can't dismiss what he has done for wrestling. He made it mainstream. I think Stone Cold made it cool. Ooh, Terry Funk. Haven't heard that name in years. Wasn't he yeah, he's still Terry Funk on WWE. Dusty Rhodes. Ooh, hold on. Oh, Mike says Hogan doesn't deserve to be up there. Big time marketing move to sell Superman figures. Yeah, I mean, if you missed out on the Justice League Superman, then this is your only choice. You might not even buy this. Like they gave him screen time, but at the end of the day, this is if you're one of those people who has one character rule, then you're thinking to yourself, man, I got to get rid of this once I get the proper suit Superman. So, ooh, Goldberg, man, America's putting Goldberg in there. The base should have been different, and it should have said Zack Snyder's Justice League. That would have been epic, or a different base altogether, Frank. Dirts, that's the point, man. That's why they made it a 2-pack. Because you're gonna think to yourself, all right, man, I'm either it's not that bad. I personally like both. But I'm might be in the minority here. I personally like both. So I don't mind getting both. But for those who just like Nightmare Batmans, now they're forced to get the Superman. Because your rationale in here is that if I buy the if I buy the Nightmare Batman on eBay, I'm gonna pay the exact same thing anyway. So might as well get both of these, and then I get a pre-Superman. You know what? I'm gonna pay $5.15 anyway if I get it on eBay. So what the heck? I'll just get this. I think that's what Hot Toys is, doing here. And then once they get all the pre-orders done, they're gonna come up with, hey, man, or depending on how many they get. If they get low volume of pre-orders, they might not even announce the single pack. So. Like I haven't seen that Batman Forever in ages, man. I should. Danny says I don't know about Goldberg. Well, Mike, now in basketball they kind of use it as your top, so not necessarily founding. Kind of like on basketball when they mention that, you're not gonna put George Mikan in there. I think that's what kind of like Danny is asking. You being the first doesn't mean that you're the best. I give you props for that, but you gotta have to change something, at least for me. Yes, I don't know about Goldberg. Me too, man. I don't know about Goldberg. If John Cena is like 5 moves of death, what is Goldberg? Like 3? You got the jackhammer, the spear, the running power bomb, not a power bomb, the running slam. I don't know what else he does. Clothesline. I'm so excited about DC and Marvel that I have made a tough decision to stop collecting Star Wars. Oh man, James, killing all my Mando pre-orders and selling off all my Star Wars figures. Man, James, I just started to like Star Wars, but I tell you, man, whenever there's a DC or a Marvel that's good, I tend to push Star Wars aside. There's nothing like a good Marvel or DC content. And with the Snyder cut, I'm pumped, man. I'm with you, James. I'm with you. DC, the Snyder cut gave me hope that we're gonna get more DC. As a matter of fact, I'm more excited for DC now. Dave, I agree, man. Underrated wrestler, performer. Hey, that's part of WWE though. You gotta perform. We all know it's fake, but you gotta be good. There you go. Hey, J Rod, one of the best ever, man. One of the best ever. Doesn't says the set is tempting, but I wish the regular Batman suit just because I missed out on the BBS bat suit. Yeah, Danny, I gotta put HBK there too, man. HBK, their matches are. You could watch it. They're telling a story. You could watch it 20 years from now, and it'd still be good matches. Kind of like the Hardy Boys matches. You watch it. That was what, like 2002. You watch it now; it's almost 20 years, and they're still pretty good. Even like the one that's born nowadays, if they watch it, they would still find it good. Michael says Steppenwolf figure would be so badass, make him nice and chrome. I agree, man. They kind of did it with Ultron. Just do it the same way with Steppenwolf. Charges like 400. I'll be on it, man. I'll be on it. Hey, America's not. Hey, Bret Hart too. The only problem I got with Bret Hart is no mic skills. Can't cut a promo. Lane says, I don't want to undersell him. I think this is awesome 2-pack. I like both, but I can get Nightmare Batman and Christopher Reeve Superman combo. That would be the dream, Lane. That would be the dream. See, J Rod, that's what I'm talking about, man. Most people like Batman. That's why they made a 2-pack. Hot Toys is smart, man. They know Superman would not sell by himself. Raleigh says Sideshow will have a special Star Wars Week event during May 4th celebration. I'm expecting great reveals outside of Mandalorian land. Is it something particular that you would like to see? Raleigh, honestly, I'm just looking for a reissue here. I'm looking for a Palpatine reissue and an Obi-Wan. As far as the new ones, I like Mandalorian, but anything particular there? No, I'm not that. I just want some. I missed out on this, those things. And I'm not willing to pay the high price tag for those. So, hoping for a reissue. That's it. Need two mountains, too many good wrestling choices. I agree, Danny. We can go back and forth all day here, man. Oh, James says, yeah, it feels good. I cannot keep collecting 3 lines. James is getting to a point where it's you got to pick and choose, man. You got to get pick and choose. When it comes down to it, I like the direction where the one that got me to collecting was Dark Knight, so I'm always have like a special place for DC. Marvel second, and kind of like James here. If it all falls down to it, I think Star Wars would be the one that I would drop. Not yet though. Man, Sting coming down from the rafters, man. If they do a Steppenwolf, people are going to need insurance and they special gloves to protect people from all the razor blades. At least I won't need to refill my razor. Who was that? Is there a figure like that before where you always get like nicked? Yeah, I would buy Steppenwolf too. They redeemed Steppenwolf. He looks like not only looks, but he was kind of funny on the first Justice League. This Superman, somebody told me that this is a BVS Superman and not the Justice League Superman. I think on the comments on the video that I made. I really don't know the difference, honestly. They all look the same. But dude, I hate it when they do this next scene. Just cut it by the ear and the jawline and take out this portion right here. This small portion. Just take it out. It's okay. I mean, it looks like it's wired. Somebody told me it's like a wired cape, so I guess they got them. We've been here for so long now that they have to find a way for us to remove the cape and switch it with wire and nicely draped cape. I don't know. Put buttons, something, magnets. I don't know. Give us options. Lanes is my problem for getting any DC figures. I got one D12 chef for them. Like I have one from Marvel. My main is Star Wars. America's early thing was legit Goku. Lane says I have no control. I just keep buying figures. That's what I do too, James. I think about it later. It's the BVS suit in black, Frank says. Okay. I guess I don't know. It's because of the silver body of J Justice League. I don't know. I'm gonna keep that Justice League though. Man, Dark Side makes Thanos look like a McDonald's grimace. Man, Dark Side was pretty awesome. Okay, James says the cape is wired. Yeah, somebody told me that too on the Black Suit Soups looks badass in Snyder Cut. Hot Toys looks kind of meh. I agree, man. Injustice Superman. That's a good way to put it. Absolutely not lanky until they prove me that they can make rooted hair that's really good. But I'm not even saying really good. Just do the Gandalf one from Asmus because I think that's a pretty good rooted hair. I haven't seen one from Hot Toys that is really good. If you guys know, let me know in the comments in here because I haven't seen one. PJ says good for Snyder. The success of this very well deserved. I agree, man. I agree. I don't even want to hate on what's his name? Josh Whedon. Oh, look at this. I'm excited for this set, man. Yeah, I don't even want to hate on Josh Whedon, man. The first Justice League, it's not like it's unwatchable for me. I enjoyed it. Am I gonna watch it again? No. It was fine. It was fine. But then again, I like every superhero movie, so it was okay. The one with Snyder Cut though, the only I wouldn't say problem. The only thing that I would change for that is the 4x3. I'm not. I mean, I bought a big TV for a reason, so I knowing that it's gonna be streaming. I hope on 4K Blu-ray, he'd make it 16:9. I like to utilize my entire TV, but other than that, I can't really think of a scene or anything that people are. They mentioned that there's a lot of slow motion. I didn't have any problems with it. Honestly, it was fine. Like especially with Flash, you need it, to capture every moment. But other than that, I think it's a damn well good movie, in my opinion. I think it's a pretty good movie. James said that Superman in black suit is sweet. I agree. I thought it was going to be one scene, and then he carried over that black suit for the duration of the film. So I love the fact that he did that. Oh, Will says Gamora. Yeah, I guess. Still not sold on that Gamora though. Would Thanos be able to beat down both Superman and Batman? He's having trouble with Captain Marvel. Snyder's design was 90% there for me. I love that design too. Oh, there you go, Lane. That's a good one. Although we haven't seen it in hand though. On pictures, it looks amazing. There you go, Lane. That looks amazing in pictures. Yeah, so. Oh, James got the Gandalf from Asmus. Yeah, man, he lost his daughter, man. He got to stop that filming. But I am surprised that he got so many footage. I mean, he made 4 hours. And what I don't understand with Josh Whedon is I get it. It's not your work. He got brought in last minute. So he put his mark on it, which is kind of like the Avengers. But I don't know, like DC has a different audience, like with the Dark Knight and all that stuff. So it didn't really work for me completely. So exactly, James. This would have been awesome for bases, Rubbles and all that stuff. I agree with PJ here. They need to give him the keys to the next Justice League. And I think it's headed in a good direction here. Yep, Sindel Simp 4K Blu-ray needs to be 16 by 9. Man, I loved it. I loved everything about it, but I'm not a big fan of the 4 by 3. I know it's meant for IMAX. You know it, you're streaming it, right? So 16 by 9. People are used to TikToks. That's true, Frank. America said it's a really good movie. Wish we had seen it in 2017 as was intended. It would have been more chance seeing Zach carry on. Yeah, you know what? The funny thing is, if you go to the forums, people still find a way to trash the movie, or we can call it a movie, I guess. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. You might, unless you're like a hardcore Marvel fan. If you are, it doesn't elevate Marvel if you think DC is bad, or vice versa. So I don't know. I like both, man. So I don't know why one couldn't succeed without the other one failing. I don't understand that, but oh, King Dingling. I guess that one too, especially with that creepy lady like sniffing his clothes. That's kind of weird. Okay, there you go. I guess I was looking for, because I tried rewatching the 2017 Justice League, and it's funny because when you rewatch that, there is the intro. I like the intro when, like, it's like they were singing on the intro, and it's like a lot of B rolls in there. Those B rolls were actually used by Zack Snyder in an actual film. So different techniques of editing, I suppose. Mike says the Snyder Cut is a great revision, but I'm good and ready to move on, please. But Mike, where are we going to move on though? Black Widow, so because if there's a Justice League 2, I don't think that's even in production. If there is one, I hope it is. Snyder will drive Justice League to the next level. It will revive DC, in my opinion. I agree, James, and I'm excited for that, man. When we saw the Martian there, I was hoping for Arrow. I think that's the only thing that's missing, because there's a lot of uncertainty after the movie. I was like, are we gonna get two? Are we gonna get Knightmare? I wish they would have made it. I guess they were trying to test the waters in there, but I wish there was a bit more to look forward to, a definitive thing to look forward to. You know, Francis Josh Whedon will be making fun of Snyder's film in front of the people that worked so hard on it, and he made that BS. The guy's messed up. Oh no, man! Obviously, 4K is a lot better. It's like, is it eight times better or so? Whereas people just like to trash DC and even troll DC about Hot Toys. Yeah, man, they were saying it's still trash. It's not, though. It's not trash. It's not. DC and Marvel push each other, always have. It's what they makes them great. I agree. For me personally, I like the tone of DC better. I like it when they would, and it's hard to do that, honestly, because we're talking about guys who's flying. But I like it when they take it to, they humanize them a little bit more. That's what I do like. And I think DC for the most part can get that better than Marvel. Although I do love Marvel, I don't want to see anyone failing in that aspect. I know, man. Echo says some critics complain about being so long. Everyone knows it's going to be 4 hours. And honestly, the only reason I couldn't watch it for 4 hours straight is because I got kids and I got to work the following day. The only time for me to watch this is at 10 p.m. And I'm not going to stay up till 2 in the morning knowing that I got to work the following day. So that's it. Hot Toys need to reissue Blade. To this day, it's still a top, or at least top 2 Marvel movies of all time. Yeah, Fat Like It. I agree, but at the same time, is look at Two-Face. They reissued Two-Face. It's still available. It's expensive doesn't mean that there's a lot of demand for it. It's expensive because there's a low production for it. So something needs to happen. Like, because the thing is, if they revive Blade, and they will, it's a different actor. So I don't know if they're gonna even, revisit that Blade figure though. Unless there's like a 20th anniversary and there's a whole bunch of demand for it. America, you know what? They true, but then again, most of those footage, not most of them, but some of them were used in the first Justice League as well. So he can do the Nolan route because I know Nolan shoots a lot in IMAX as well. Just cut a portion of it. I don't think it's gonna ruin the integrity of the entire movie, but I would love to see the side of my TV screen as well. I know, man. J Rod, I'm just glad he didn't go with the Packers because that would be Amos all over again. Joe P. I thought Justice League was okay. Glad to have something new though. Looking forward to Batman fighting criminals instead of alien insects. Man, I love Justice League, man. I love the tone of it. I love everything about it. Spider-Man 2 is better than Dark Knight. Ooh, I don't know about that, Sindo. I don't know about that. Danny, you haven't seen it. DC has a lot of going on, and MCU is very vanilla. I don't know, man. I like MCU too. Danny's is halfway into it. I agree with Will here. I like everything. We're all like nerdy here to a certain degree, man. It's not like sports where I can't root for the Packers because they would beat the Bears. It doesn't mean that I like DC now that I would hate, like it doesn't elevate one or the other. So we shouldn't treat it as such. Even at sports, I'm a Bears fan. I appreciate Aaron Rodgers, man. Big Dog Pound. What's up, family? James Key. What's going on, my man? Lanky, who will be the next Hulk? It still could be what's his name? The actor, right? He's still there. I remember when DC was too clean and they started making those graphic novels like The Preacher, they started getting grittier. James, um I would give the this generation, I would give the nod to Batman Begins. If not for Nolan's Batman Begins, we wouldn't be here. Because before Batman Begins, I believe it's X-Men that we did. And those were two I guess true to the comic book counterpart. But I like this better. I'm adult. I can handle those. Think context where we issue Winter Soldier, not reissue, but I guess on the TV show. Yep. Waitlist sold out and went back to available. Sideshow at its best, man. America, Nolan shot in two different IMAX cameras, wide and square. Didn't Nolan break one of the cameras back then when he was shooting Dark Knight? I know because I was in Chicago and they filmed that entire thing in Chicago. Speaking of which, King Dingaling, well, were you here when they were shooting that? Because that is Chicago, right? Like the metropolis that they did that. So I saw the building. Ooh, another one here is Kong and Godzilla. Man, that would be good too. J Rod says Will likes Frozen, so takes his opinion with a grain of salt. J Rod, I would say though, Will. Yeah, you know what? You can do that to Will, but Cole doesn't bother him though. It doesn't bother him at all. Gojira. I would agree with Will. Frozen 1 is excellent. Would I want a statue of that? Absolutely not. I love Toy Story. No statues for them though. Can't wait for Doctor Strange, especially that's another one. Ghost Rider. I mean, given the fact though, Nicolas Cage was not Nicolas Cage of Netflix nowadays when they did that Ghost Rider, because Nicolas Cage, I feel like, is in every Netflix movie though nowadays. The Frank Knight Rises dude, that would be so cool. I love Ghost Rider. They also filmed on the L line. Ooh, dude, King Dingaling, when they were doing that Dark Knight, man, so proud. Love that movie. America. Yeah, man, it's been a long dry out season for us here. We got nothing going on. But now we got this. Thank God for HBO Max, man. Just imagine before that we got Wonder Woman 84. I was so hyped for that movie. And that's what we got. I wonder if 3-0 or Hot Toys will give us Mortal Kombat figure. Here I would say 3-0 will be most likely to give us that. Lane says you should do a breakdown on Elsa's statue tonight for your audience that is into that statue. Yeah, that would be like 3 of them. Trevor, thoughts on what Hot Toys they should release besides Batman and Superman, Zack Snyder's Justice League? Trevor, I would love Steppenwolf. Yeah, give me all. I would love to have a Toy Fair exclusive Joker. What's his name? Deathstroke. Those 3. I mean, give me Mara. Those guys. I mean, I'll be fine with those. And Cyborg, obviously, Cyborg. They did Cyborg justice. Both Cyborg and Flash did phenomenal in this version of the Justice League. Cyborg, there you go, big dog. Hopefully, because they did Cyborg so much justice in here, like I feel like he's the heart of the film. Hopefully, this changes Ray Fisher's mind, because doesn't he just only have problems with Josh Whedon and Zack Snyder? Man, he removed all the jokes of Josh Whedon, where like a Flash fell from on top of Wonder Woman, or when Aquaman kind of like sat on Wonder Woman's lasso. I'm glad he took those out. Oh shit, hold on. America 84 didn't make past 20 minutes. It felt like a Hallmark. Dude, I have so much hope because I do love the first Wonder Woman movie. And you got Mandalorian in this movie. I mean, he did good, but the entire premise of the movie was just bad. And it's Patty Jenkins. I think she wrote that movie too. They gave her the green light because Wonder Woman, the first one, was so good that they gave her like the Nolan treatment. Here you go, do your thing. And that's what you got. Hopefully she doesn't do that with the Star Wars one. Oh, Danny, you don't need to. You don't need to. Ooh, Sindel says Zack Snyder Justice League out on 4K Blu-ray May 25th. That is on me on Steelbook. Mike says, yep, he's right. Storm Collectibles does a great job with Mortal Kombat. They're like 1/12, I think, but they do a really good job on smaller scales. 6 scale, I have a couple of Storm Collectibles, which is both Mike Tyson's. They're okay. They're okay. Yep. Not a whole lot, man. Not a whole lot. James says it's too bad that Flash shoot is so crap. I'm interested to see him in the next movie too. There's so many ways that they could go on with this DC line, though. They just got to give it to Snyder and let him do his thing. And now it makes you think, because who's handling a Suicide Squad now? That's James Gunn, that is Tempo, and Suicide Squad is kind of like lighthearted anyway. And I hope he does good in this next Suicide Squad. Although the lineup is not really impressive to me. I don't know those guys, so. But Justice League 2, if they would start introducing like Green Lantern and Shazam, oh, this will be good. It's true. It's atrocious. They're talking about Wonder Woman 84. It's hard. It's hard to watch. Danny says just sign up for HBO Max and found out one wasn't on the list anymore. Yeah, what happened to that? Because I'm looking for the new Denzel Washington film too. The Little Things. Did they remove it or something? That sucks. Ooh. Irie here says Matrix 4 coming out on December. I didn't even know that. Now that made me excited there. The collector says Wonder Woman is bad and Cheetah was terrible. Yep, Mike says my one over 84 is a skip. Sin City 1/6. Hey, thank you. I've looked up a bunch of Hollywood movies and the budget never passed. Damn, $1 trillion. A lot of great stuff about Snyder Cut, but Ezra Miller wasn't one. They need to replace that guy. He's being treated like the comedic relief. Maybe he didn't had a scene where it's the tone of the film didn't fit Ezra, in my opinion. Like as the entire film was Snyder Cut, but Ezra was still on Josh Whedon. So I agree with you in that sense, Mike. Because he always seems like the tone of his voice is kind of like he's trying to make a joke, and I wish they would have just gone with the same actor from Flash and Green Lantern. Ooh, Green Lantern will be nice. True, true. Kind of like with the Ant-Man theory with Thanos, where he just goes into his and then he goes bigger. I don't know. Elaine says the movies are on the service for 30 days and then they're removed. Oh. Yeah, Mike has a point here. Yeah, he's a razor crotch. So the collector, the theater movies will only stay there for a month or two. For a month, okay. So man, I just missed that Denzel movie then. They would be very dumb to let Snyder's DCU go to waste. Yet again, he casts Aquaman, Wonder Woman, Superman, Batman. If that's not a genius, I don't know what genius is. A lot of people are hating on Snyder, but man, he might be not a good storyteller though, like Nolan. But his visuals are next level. His visual tells the story, not the story itself. And sometimes, like 300, that's enough. Ooh, Lane has a good point in here. Jessica Alba in 1/6. Terminator has a good point in here. Flash has always been a lighthearted character in cartoons and comics. Oh, the collector said you didn't see much of you wanted to see it. I heard some bad things about that the collector. I just want to see Denzel again, man. I says the new zombie movie Snyder has coming out on Netflix looks good. Speaking of zombie, man, I was just I haven't seen I don't know if you guys still watch The Walking Dead, but I've seen some previews. Why is there stormtroopers in there? It's just so weird. So weird. Really, visual is good instead of stories. Interesting. Army of the Dead. Chris Nolan and James Cameron have said that Snyder is of their favorite directors is ahead of his time. Man, he created this what do you call this? The ramp up of speed on 300 where they're going fast and slow and fast and slow, and then his color correction was different. It's not for everyone, but I like it. Darkseid needs to do bicep curls. I need them big. At first, I thought Darkseid looks like a PS3 CGI, and then the more I look at him, I was like, all right, it's not bad. I guess I just got used to Thanos, which I can kind of see Josh Brolin in there. So I don't know. Thanos to me looks more realistic than Darkseid. I don't know if that's a plus or not, but Lane says, I would say though, if Snyder's version had some back in 2007, we would like it as much as we do. Do you remember that in that time people complained about the dark tone of BBS and Man of Steel? I was just talking to Will about this. This is perfect movie for Snyder because there's a bit of humor in there, which you normally wouldn't see in a Snyder movie. So it's a well balanced approach, in my opinion. This Justice League is, and I think it's pretty good. Ooh, J Rod has man. I can't. J Rod, I'm proud of you that you watched Train to Busan. I watched that too. Very underrated. You gotta read the subtitles though, but I if there's anything I would pay to see, World War, Z Part 2 and Train to Busan Part 2. Dark Side was badass. Oh, Paradox Nerd has a point here, man. You guys got to check out some animated DC movies. I watched that where they took Superman's power out. That is awesome too. At the time 300 came out, nobody had anything like that. Man, they haven't seen anything like that before. Lane says Train to Busan, well done, has great characteristics in it. Man, that I thought I wasn't gonna like it. I didn't want to read through subtitles, but Iwan, dude, that's why they're making a joke that Snyder Cut should do Endgame, like a Snyder Cut Endgame. Honestly, without the 30 minutes, the last 30 minutes Endgame wasn't that good. But the last 30 minutes of Endgame is one of the best cinematic fights ever. But the first hour and a half was rough as well. So Austin says he missed the arm day. He's the best Marvel. Doesn't have anything on DC animated universe. They're pretty good on the animated movies. I gotta give that to DC. I gotta give that to DC. But yeah, man. I mean, you gotta watch PJ and Will tomorrow because they're gonna talk about the Justice League movie. Because as you know, Will had problems with Snyder. He doesn't like. He doesn't think he's a good director. He doesn't think he's a good director at all. Ooh, Frank Snyder's film hit me emotionally like no other. He's also excellent in emotional storytelling. Hey, Frank, you gotta watch Will Foxification tomorrow because he doesn't think so. So he doesn't think so at all. Myers says Will is fire. So you got they're gonna talk about this tomorrow. PJ, I think he's with Will and who you got tomorrow? PJ. I think you got Lael too tomorrow, right? Yeah, but they're gonna talk about it. I'll try to jump in. I got somewhere to go to, but definitely check those guys out tomorrow. Who Ari says I saw Will's review in Snyder Cut though. He liked it. Oh, he does have a review? Yeah, we were talking about it, like on our own chat here. He likes it. I mean, I don't know how you can't. It's if you just like superhero movies, you gotta like that. I mean, what else is to hate on that film though? Unless you're just a hater. Will doesn't have his man card back. No more Disney princess statues for Will. Yeah, man. Until we drop this Elsa thing before Will can't get that yet. But hey, man, watch out for those guys tomorrow. Like I said, I won't be there, but I'll be there in spirits. I'll probably be in the chat. It'll be fun to hear Will's comment on the Snyder. He likes it though. I'm just gonna give you I'll just give you a spoiler that he likes it. I'm excited for what DC is about to offer because honestly, like MCU is dry right now. That WandaVision didn't do it for me. Well, it didn't do it for everyone. I haven't seen it, but it's not. But the DC one, whew. I hope people take a look at Snyder's Watchmen now. The jail has hit. Snyder has really brought Watchmen to life. Amazing accomplishment. Michael, I have that on Blu-ray. I haven't seen it because I've seen the first 20 minutes. I wasn't drawn into it. I don't know what that is, but I'll definitely check it out. But hey, good night, Danny. Thank you, everyone, for joining me tonight. So I would see you guys next week or maybe tomorrow. I'll see you guys tomorrow at definitely check out PJ's PJ stream tomorrow. All right, everyone. Good night, and always stay safe.